YouTube, what's up?
Yo, what's good, yo?
That's something Ice Guy and Jay Cross do anytime they come in a party. They'll come in and they'll go.
Yo, what's good, yo?
Good stuff, good stuff. But today I'm gonna bring you guys a profile of myself. It's a different type of video. I'm gonna tell you guys how I came to Gears of War, how plan on finishing Gears of War. It's something different. A lot of people they've done it in their blogs on the Game Battles website, but I really haven't seen too many people do it via commentary. So I figured I'd try it out, see how it works. I started playing Xbox offline primarily. I played a lot of sports titles, Madden, The Live, NBA 2K, NFL 2K5, the best football game ever created. Better than this year's Madden still, and it's about 100 years old. I never really played shooters much because I hated first person shooters. I will never play Call of Duty because seriously, I won't even play Halo for fun. I hate first person shooters and I just can't get over the fact that, Halo is like, it looks like a cartoon, but that's neither here nor there. So I never really played Gears of War 1. I started Gears of War 2. Never played Gears of War 1. I'll play Gears of War 1 like if some of my friends are playing, I'll go and play. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, you never played Gears 1. Man, you a random, son. You only play Gears of War 2 is weak compared to Gears 1. So if you don't play Gears 1, you just a random that played Gears 2 and got good, man. You suck. So, I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? I mean, everyone that plays this game now didn't start on Gears 1 launch. And majority of people that are going to be good and that's going to play Gears of War 3 most likely didn't play Gears of War 1 either or didn't play when Gears of War 1 launched. So, that theory isn't accurate. It's never been accurate or never be accurate, but for some reason people still try to use that like the discovery of a game has anything to do with your skill level, right? So anyway, in 2006 when Gears of War 1 launched, my brother, he was playing heavy, playing, he was really going in on the game, and I would always see him playing, and I walk by like, yo, why are there monsters on your screen? Like, what are you playing right now? Like, how old are you? And I would always come by and I would see the same thing over and over. And then Gears 2 comes out, same deal. Still see you playing, still was not interested at all. And then one day, he comes, I walk by, he's like, yo, Court, yo, man, check this game out. Yo, it's real good. Give it a chance. So we wound up playing Horde. We wound up playing Horde till the morning the next day, playing all night. And, that game inspired me to play the campaign. Play the campaign, I really, really was impressed by it. And that inspired me to play multiplayer. So I started off playing public. Didn't have my own account. I didn't really care for it because at the end of the day, I wasn't playing consistently. I was just playing to play. We were both playing on the CP Buckets account for about a month. He finally made me get my own account after that month because he's trying to play the game competitively, and you got this bad kid that's trying to learn how to play, going 0 and 100 every game, and making him look like a noob. And I'm sending his friends messages, trying to get them to invite me, joining their games, acting like I'm him, but they're like, yo, dude, you're dying every round. This must be his brother. So, you know, I made my own account. It was called iBuckets. And, from the beginning, I'm still learning. I was holding on to about a 1.6 after I got the grips to how to play. So, about 1,000 games in, I pushed that up to like a 2.0. And, I was really moving well as far as Gears of War is concerned. I was really starting to understand how to play. And by this time, my brother is playing with Mac, who at that time, gamer tag was Mac5388. Really? Like, really? Really? That's the best thing you could come up with? Mac5388. It's like there should be at yahoo.com at the end of that. But anyway, he was playing with Heaven. Heaven was playing with them too. He had a gay gamer tag as well. It was like Heaven and Hell or something like that. And I used to always run into Heaven. That's the funniest thing. We still talk about this to this day. How I used to always run into him and his little stack team, and I would go crazy on them in a losing effort because obviously, he's playing with a full team, and I'm playing with a random team. So shortly after that, I created the gamer tag Diminish because my iBuggers account went silver, and I was ready. I had learned how to play, and I was ready, to establish myself as a Gears of War 2 player. Made the gamer tag Diminish. I don't know how I thought of it. I don't know how it happened. I don't know where it came from. I'm like, dude, I mean, It was just fate. It just happened. So I made it, started playing with Mac, and and that's pretty much when I became quote unquote known. Thus, the name Diminishes stuck with me, and I kept it. A little bit after that, me, my brother, Buckin, Mac, Hev, Warhawk, and Helling was pretty much the core people I was playing with, and we decided to make a team, Team IN. And our immediate thought was, okay, we're going to play Gears competitively, and we're going to actually make something of it, as opposed to sitting and playing public all day like a lot of people were doing. And at that time, me and my brother, like I said, we were still sharing the Xbox, so we obviously couldn't play together. So we were playing execution, primarily ranked. And at that time, it's still ranked execution, but there were a lot of competitive teams. There were a lot of teams that both played public and GB, and they kept playing public for whatever reason. A lot of people still play public. It was a lot fun about a year ago. Um, we added Renegade, Menace, and then we added Sin, and then a couple months later after that, bang, I guess Sundance, he announced that Gears 2 was dropped from the circuit. And I really didn't understand. I really didn't understand the big deal about it at first. I didn't know that so many people played with the mindset of becoming a professional gamer. I didn't understand that until a lot of people just stopped playing Gears of War. I really watched the drop off to where literally no one was playing Gears of War at that time. And I'm like, that's crazy. That startled me. I didn't understand. So we started to stop playing as much together, and we started playing even less in the T6 era. You know, it just continued and continued, and we just started playing sparingly, and it would be the point where I would be playing by myself, or someone else would be playing by myself, or it'd be two of us playing, and that'd be it. So, and we had a lot of problems too with the team early on. We had some conflicting goals. Some people were content with playing ranked, and a lot of people, such as myself, we had way bigger aspirations. We didn't want to just continue to play ranked every day. And then we also had the same issues a lot of teams have when you're dealing with a whole lot of people trying to come together, bickering, and people not liking each other. And Helling wound up leaving, and after that, we still continue to play less and less together. So me looking to play at a competitive level, and most of my teammates are not playing as much, I go to game battles. Make a game battles account. I start posting up for pickup scrims. I joined a team called Lockout. Weren't very good, but I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to get used to playing with the GB swaps. And repetition is the best teacher. No one can tell you. You got to learn it. Learn it yourself. Do it. Experience it. Trial and error. It's the best teacher. So I wanted to learn the GB strategies and the procedure, as well as I do public, because public came second nature to me. I played it over 4,000 public matches at that point, so I knew what to do. It was instant. It to be as quick as it was in public on GB. I basically wanted to sponge as much information I could. So played with them for a little while. I joined a team called SPX. They were primarily a Call of Duty team, but they played Gears 2 also. Still a part of IN, but nobody really played, especially GB at that point. Mac was doing a lot of stuff with potential sponsors, and around that time, Heaven was still playing. He wound up meeting Ice God, and we began playing with him. And he later introduced us to Jay Cross, who went to MLG Meadowlands. He had experience in land events, and we clicked. Us four, four. We clicked right away. We had a lot of the same goals. We didn't want to just play public. Actually, Ice and Jay Cross hated playing public. They didn't want to play. Ice wanted to get scrims more than play public, even if it was like 5 in the morning. He's like, "Yo, can we get a scrim? Can we get a scrim? Yo, Diminish. Can you get a scrim?" And I'm like, "Yo, Ice, it's 5 in the morning. There's no one online. There's no one to scrim." So right after that, Cough and Silver coming to the full. Two really, really talented players. They also had the same goal we had, so we clicked with them. So a little after that, that was in the summertime. The fall comes and NBA 2K11 comes out, and as I said, big time sports player. I really put Gears on the back burner for about 2.5 weeks. played some rank with the guys every so often, but mostly it was NBA 2K11 franchise mode in my system all day, every day. Until, 2K lost its appeal, which all games do, and I started playing singles. I really primarily played singles to practice playing at certain spots. Started off well, and it topped out at 50-0 until I got my first loss because of Stasis, which is a terrible map for singles. Terrible is the worst. And that was it. I was hungry. I had the GB bug. GB is so addicting. Like if you're a competitive player and you're somewhat considered talented, or if you are talented, to play against other talented players is there's nothing better than that. Especially if you can beat another talented player, it's amazing. That's a great feeling. So I jumped on and off with a lot of TLs and Dubs teams. I scrimmed a whole lot, and at that time, the whole team I was playing GB. We weren't playing together just yet consistently, but we were all playing. Head was playing with a lot of the UP guys. Koff was playing with Mac and J Cross and Ice and Silver, and then the beta happens, and obviously it's great. It refreshes everybody. Anticipation starts to build. We pretty much have the team intact. We begin shaping it to where all of us had the same goals in mind, which is great because that's what I wanted a year ago. But it's a cost to that. The people that don't share the same goals, they sometimes get left behind, and that's what happened. Warhawk, Sin, Menace, they didn't play the game as consistently as they once did, and they never really had the same goals we had, so we had to move past them. We're still cool, but sometimes you got to make tough decisions for the betterment of the team, especially when we got a goal in mind. We got something that we want to get accomplished, and if you're not in agreement with that, sometimes you get left behind, and that's what happened with those guys. YouTube. Pretty much after that happened, this was the time my little YouTube thing was starting to pick up. I wasn't really into YouTube. I recorded some, but didn't really have a grasp on how beneficial YouTube could be. It can help with perception. It can get you exposed. You can build hype. You can build your brand. You can pretty much get yourself out there to a lot more people. I didn't pay attention to it in that aspect until Koff, who was pretty much he was the public player, the player that started off playing public predominantly. He had the most successful YouTube out of all the public players, and I think that's undebatable. Initially, he started off, and he gave me a lot of advice, which led me, to take my YouTube channel more seriously. I decided I didn't want to play under the name Diminish anymore. I wanted to use my real life nickname Court. No gimmicks, short and sweet. So, I remade my YouTube. I'm still, upgrading my quality as far as programs and, hardware for, my recording. And now here I am. I mean, it really comes down to I really want to go and compete at events and place well and become a pro. I know it sounds real typical of a lot of gamers, but I'm committed. I'm serious. I really have plans to get this accomplished. I got plans to get better, become way more intelligent about the game, and I won't let anyone hinder that. Team IN will be at our first Gears of War 3 event, Devastation in Arizona on October 6th, and I'm ready. I'm ready to compete with these teams that I'm seeing on YouTube. These teams I'm seeing competing in these MLG matches. I'm ready to compete with the best teams out there. So I'm pretty much going to end this video with, it's cool that right now we're identified as a pub star or a ranked team, or a randoms at this level. That's cool. Like I said, you got to start somewhere. So I'll accept that. But in the end, you also got to accept that we're coming. We coming and we're coming prepared to compete. So this is Court. Thanks for watching. Look out for myself, Team IN, ToyAddicts.net in the future. Peace.